Hi, today is Tuesday, June 30th, 2026. Mary Ann MacLeod was born on May 10th, 1912, in the village of Tong on the Isle of Lewis in Scotland. She was the youngest of 10 children in a large family. She grew up in a simple home where Gaelic was spoken and life was modest. In 1930, when she was still a teenager, Mary Ann decided to leave Scotland to start a new life. On May 2nd, she left Glasgow on a ship called the RMS Transylvania. After several days at sea, she arrived in New York City on May 11th, just one day after her 18th birthday. Immigration records show she worked as a domestic worker when she came to the United States. She also arrived with only $50 in her pocket. Life in America slowly changed for her. She later met Fred Trump, a businessman from New York. They fell in love and got married on January 11th, 1936. So that's when she was 24 years old. Together, and that's 1 year, right? 6 years later, she arrived in New York. Together, they built a family and had 5 children: Mary Ann, Fred Jr., Elizabeth, Donald, and Robert. Her son, Donald Trump, later became one of the most well-known political figures in the United States and served as the 45th and 47th president. Mary Ann MacLeod's life story is often remembered as a journey from a small Scottish village to a new life in America. It shows how she left behind a quiet rural childhood and built a family that later became widely known around the world through business and politics and public life over many decades. In 1930, 18-year-old Mary Ann MacLeod left a poor village in Scotland, Scottish, right? She's a Scottish, and moved along to New York with $50. She worked as a domestic servant, married Fred Trump, and later became Donald Trump's mother. That's interesting. So Mary MacLeod, if she were alive, probably she's 114 years old today. Good job that you ditched Scotland and moved to the United States. So you are the immigrant, and Donald Trump is the son of immigrant, right? But he hates a lot of foreigners. He hates illegal immigrants, and he hates the Iran and black people, but he loves South Korea, right? He cannot live without South Korea. Donald Trump has a big dick, but that doesn't mean that he's good at politics. He appeared in my dream 4 years ago asking for my help with several matters at his hand in the White House, and that's when I woke up. So, hey, Trump, I think it's time for you really invite me over to the White House, and I give you my 2 cents ideas, and you can work on them and have a prosperous America again, right? I will just make America great again if you invite me to the White House. Otherwise, you will go under, man. You will go down the drain. Thanks for listening. Everybody, have a nice Tuesday.